Good morning. Who wants to wake up and see tons and tons of payment notifications on their phone every single day? Raise your hand. Raise your hand if that is you. If you're like, yes, please, that would get me out of bed every single day and it would feel so fucking good. So just raise your hand so the universe can see you. Go ahead and wave your hands in the air like you just don't care and be like, universe, yes, I want to make money in my sleep. I want to wake up to payment notifications. I want it to feel good. I want it to be fun and I want to impact the world. You can have all of those things, literally. I remember when my online journey started over 5 years ago, and I was clueless on what I was doing, and I did not focus on business. Obviously, I had to figure out a few things before I helped other people. And so, um, I remember when I fumbled my way through it, one of my first big launches was $50,000. And that felt so exciting because I just left a job that was one, I did it because I loved it, not because of money. But I knew long term, if I wanted to accomplish all of my big goals and dreams, I needed more money, right? More money in the hands of amazing people is just going to amplify everything, right? So if you already love giving but you feel restricted, more money is going to be able to help you give more. If you love taking days off to be with your family, more money is going to help you do that, right? If you love to travel but you constantly feel like you're having to budget for it, more money means you're going to be able to travel more. So more money is good. And when we can really reprogram your brain to be excited about that and not be afraid of it, because so often people are like, money is evil, it's bad, right? And so we no wonder we're so afraid to embrace it and call more money in. Equally, what one of my biggest money blocks has that I've had to really work on is not having to work hard, letting it be easy to make money. So everything that I sell and do now, I only do it because I love it and it feels really good and it's easy. Now, does that mean that there's not quote unquote hard work involved? There's absolutely work involved, but all of it feels so good. I don't dread any of it. I love it. It lights me up. It's what I'm good at. I feel so confident in it. And that's what I mean by easy. Sometimes people are like, okay, I put out my offer once, I should be a millionaire because you said it was supposed to be easy. And I'm like, no, that's not there must have been a miscommunication. That's not what I mean. I mean, it's easy because it feels good, right? It's easy because you want to do it. It doesn't feel like work. That's what I want. That's what we want to build from the get-go as much as possible. I don't want you just to chase money so you can say that you have a $10,000 a month and then you're fucking miserable. I want you to chase impact, chase excitement, chase freedom, chase joy, and the money will be right alongside there. And it will actually feel so much better and it will sustain so much longer than burning yourself out to make a $10,000 month happen just so you can say it. Which, yeah, does it feel good to be able to say that you had a $10,000 month, or how I just said I had a $50,000 launch when I really didn't know what I was doing? Yeah, I came from a nonprofit that I started, and my salary was $40,000. And that was after years and years of not having a salary, right? So I went from working for free to then finally having a salary because we had the cash to be able to do it. And then going in to the online space, I started at zero again. I was working for free, right? Quote unquote working for free. But I did it because I knew what I was going to build. And even if I didn't know it fully, I knew my heart there was something big. And I had to trust myself. And so my one of my first big launches was $50,000. And so that was really exciting because I was like, cool, like I don't have a website. Like I didn't have all the things that people like get tripped up on. I just moved. I just stayed focused. I just stayed passionate. I showed up on video. I served my audience. I reached out to people that I knew I could impact. And I wasn't afraid to say, hey, like I have this really exciting mentorship and it's all about personal growth. Like, do you want to be involved? And some people said yes. Some people said no. Some people didn't answer me. Guess what? I made $50,000, right? Like, that is the name of the game. And so, when I started to serve those amazing humans, like I kept every launch, everything that I've done over these last 5 years and more, I have just fallen in love with the process more and more and more, which has gotten me to this evolution of my business, which is now like, oh my gosh, there is a space called the e-learning space. If you haven't heard me talk about it, hello, nice to meet you. My name is Nellie. And it is massively powerful because you don't have to have really like anything to get started. It is so powerful. So like I did an e-learning empire myself when I started. I started with an education program. It wasn't business. Now we're teaching other people how to do that because I've learned a thing or two over all the years, made over 7 figures online, and it just keeps growing and growing and growing and compounding. And so now I feel like completely qualified and completely confident in like my ability to be able to say, okay, here's everything that I did and here's all the mistakes that I did. So we're going to like take those out of the mix for you and we're going to condense it down into like a really clear plan for you that I know does work because we keep testing it over and over and over. We keep refining it. We know all the software in the online space. Like we can just help you cut through all of the noise and not have to like try to figure this out on your own. Like, can you figure it out on your own? Yeah, like you're a smart human being. And equally, you can just say, you know what? I don't want to have to like do all that Googling. I don't have to do all of that overthinking and figuring out like, here's my credit card. Like, just tell me what to do, Nelly, right? Like, and that's totally cool. And so, um, all that to say, you can do this at any level. Okay. So if you're at the very beginning and you're a beginner and you're like, I have no clue what I'm going to sell, what I'm going to do, you can make money in your sleep. If you have a super successful career, but you're like behind a chair, like you're styling people and you're doing hair, you can still make money in your sleep. If you are a realtor and you're driving all around town and you're like, I'm just so exhausted, you can make money in your sleep. If you are a stay-at-home mom and you're like, I just want to have like my own money so I can like take the kids to Disney World or take them to Target or like do a spa day for me and not feel like guilty about it, you can make money in your sleep. Anyone that wants to make money in their sleep, it is available to you. And it can happen very quickly. Now, overnight, will you make 7 figures? No, maybe not. um, you could. I'm not gonna say that you couldn't because you could. Anything is possible. You could like literally like go viral on TikTok and have all of these sales, but I like to do sustainable, scalable growth because then I'm ready for it personally. Me 5 years ago, if I would have like gone viral and had like thousands of sales, I don't know if I would have been ready for it. The mindset, the systems, right? The products, the proven system, like the proven like results that I can get somebody. So there's not, it's not the worst case scenario to actually go a little slow. So you can have like time to like build everything out. So like I feel like slow gets such a bad rap, but like I want to be here for like decades, right? Like I don't want to be a one-hit wonder. Like sometimes how you see celebrities on artists on the radio, like they have this really amazing hit song and it's like hot for a second and then they go they're literally like no one after that. I don't want that. I want to be the J Lo of the learning industry that has this very long career. It's early in the morning. I'm comparing myself to J Lo. You never know what's going to happen on the show. But she's had a long, sustainable, scalable career. I want to be the J-Lo of the e-learning industry. Yes, please. So, with that being said, anyone can do this that wants it. Do you want it? Are you willing to put in the work? Are you willing to be here for the long haul? Are you coachable? And you can follow steps so that way we can cut down the timeline, right? If you want to be stubborn and do it on your own, then like just know that that's the path that you're taking, right? Like how we get to Florida is very different than how we get to California. So if that's the path that you're taking, you're like, I want to be stubborn. I don't want to invest in coaching and mentoring. I'm going to figure this out on my own. I encourage you to think about like, okay, well, why? Like, do you have to prove to yourself that you do it on your own? Because like no one like gets a gold medal for like working harder and making the same amount of money, right? Like if there's a shortcut and someone can help you, right? Like you're like the time that you actually put in is going to cost you more than the money that you would invest anyways. Personally, just based on my own experience of me being stubborn in the past and trying to do it on my own, go ahead and do it because it is not fun and you will come back and you'll be like, okay, I had my moment and now I'm ready to listen. I'm like, okay, cool. You have to want it because forcing somebody to do this is just a recipe for disaster. It's not going to work. So just important to share. So with that being said, making money in your sleep is available to everyone, which is so freaking exciting. Really, all you need is a cell phone. That's it. I use my cell phone more than I actually use my computer. Like, I would say 90% of the time I am working my e-learning empire from my computer in small pockets of time. So you don't have to sit down and record and do a bunch of things all by your computer or like sit like that's why we even have an app on our phone for all of our education so that way you can learn on the go because that was a big thing for me that last year I was like we're not being inclusive as we could. Like to have somebody sit down and learn on a computer is just not it's not my reality. So like why am I not doing something? So we're actually building out a custom app right now, but we have a temporary app where everything is at. So that way you can access everything on the go and make it super easy. We have private communities and Facebook, so you're always like just plugged in and loving it. So, anyways, how do we actually do this? Well, you have to want it, and then we have to start working it, like literally building it step by step by step. And like so many times people get so tripped up of like, I don't know what I would sell. Stop. Like, let's just move. Like, what are you freaking excited about? Like, somebody last night that is a student of ours, literally, I was talking to her and she's in our high ticket and her circle so she gets access to me. And she's like, I just can't stop thinking about this. I'm so freaking excited about it. I could feel her energy. And she's like, but I feel like I'm running away from my other thing. And I'm like, you're not. Like, you get to listen to your heart. Like, that if you can't stop thinking about it, like we get to pursue it, right? Like that passion, oh, is so juicy and so delicious. And like it will move mountains. It truly will. And so that's my biggest thing that I wanted to talk to you about. You are passionate about something. To tell me that you are not passionate about one thing is a bold-faced lie. Everyone is passionate about something. You may not feel like it could be a business, but I am telling you, there is always a way. There is always a niche, and we just get to find it. I am passionate about so many things. And so we can really harness those passions and turn them into profits. When you're passionate, it literally is the most delicious thing, just like I said about the person that I was talking about in my inner circle. You'll move mountains. You will not give up. When you are passionate about something and excited about something, the tech doesn't stop you. The people telling you no doesn't stop you. Like none of these things stop you from going after big goals and dreams and making a shit ton of money, right? So that's what I want to leave you with today is like, I can't do that for you. I need you to believe in yourself, at least just a teeny bit. Okay. Believe in yourself enough to be like raising your hand to say, I want to do this. Okay. I'm going to figure out one thing I'm passionate about. Okay. And I'm going to get plugged in to the Wealthy Queen movement and I'm going to not look back. We literally help women get from 0 to over 1 million. I have a whole path, a whole framework all laid out for you step by step by step. This is long-term mentorship. This doesn't happen overnight. So we want to be with you every step of the way. And here's the beautiful part. Me a few years ago wasn't able to invest high ticket dollars. So we start you at $7. You then go to $111. Like every part of the framework is very in alignment with where you would be at from a financial standpoint to make it make sense for you, right? And the more you work the framework, it works. Okay. So I'm super excited about you. I'm for you. And I want you to fall in love with this process. And how we do that is finding something that you're super, super passionate about. So I want you just to think about that all day long today. Like, what am I so passionate about? Don't stress about, like, well, does anybody want this? Like, stop getting in your own head, right? If you are passionate, we can create an e learning empire out of it. I promise you that. Okay. So I want you to think about those passions, pick one, and then get plugged into the Wealthy Queen movement and not look back. I'm so excited for you. You're amazing. I'll see you back tomorrow. And I just want you to make money in your sleep. I want it to feel fun and easy and be exciting as well. So you've got this, and I can't wait to get you involved in the Wealthy Queen movement.